Well, ignore this. I'll get onto this in a moment. It's been a while since I've done an update video. I think the last time was, well, before we went away to Germany, and we've had Christmas since then as well. So it's been a while. I've got news on Herman, obviously. There's no window here, but I'll tell you that later on. Now, I always like to start off with things that people are trying to get me to review, just to tell you what kind of ridiculous stuff they're trying to send me. I've been asked to review shoes, a smartwatch, which looked a bit tacky anyway, headphones, many headphones for some strange reason. But the one thing that I was this close to accepting was a lithium battery, a leisure battery. I did the measurements and whatever, and it did seem to fit. I was a bit worried that Herman's charging unit won't be able to charge it up properly, but I thought, well, if it doesn't work, then fine, I can just swap them back. Anyway, the problem was that the email from this company was a Gmail account, and I've always said you always steer clear of anyone trying to say, saying that they're a company and they've got a Gmail account. So that was one red flag for me. The other thing was that they were claiming that this battery was waterproof. Now, I'm not entirely sure why I would need, or anyone in a motorhome would need, a waterproof battery. Someone on board a boat maybe would need a waterproof battery. But anyway, they wanted me to test, film testing the battery by either throwing a bucket of water over it or putting it in water. And I didn't like either idea. It didn't feel right to me, and it's either going to endanger myself or explode the battery. We had a conversation about who they are and why can't you respond to me with a proper email address rather than a Gmail account. They offered WhatsApp, right? So bells are going off, and in the end I basically just lost interest. I thought, well, I don't need this, and it's just too risky. Moving on to the next subject, and that is television. Now, I can't say much about this, but I'm going to be, or most likely going to be, on TV. Now, in November, I had, I was going to say a film crew, but it was only one person. One person with his camera. We had a film crew come round, and we drove around in Herman, and he filmed me doing this, that and the other, and we had interviews and whatnot. So I can't tell you what it's about. It is about motorhomes, but I can't tell you what it's about. So it's going to be released around about April time, and when I know, I'll let you know, and then and that is when I should be allowed to give you all the details. But until then, I can't say anything about it. So this year, 2025, we're going to be going to quite a few shows, myself and Zoe. So if you see us, come and say hi, because we don't bite and we love it. We love seeing our viewers and whatnot. Now, the ones I'm going to the NEC ones. That's the one in February and the one in October, doing some filming, having a wander around, meeting up with the Caravan Radio lot there. And then there's the Warner shows. Now, Zoe's coming with me for the Warner show ones, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on the Caravan Radio stand. They're going to have their own stand at most of the shows, actually. Now, we're going to the Southern one in May. That's the Newbury one. The National one in June. That's the Newark. And then there's the Western one in Malvern. That is in August. The Southwest one in Bath. That's in September. That's a maybe, actually. And then another maybe is the Malvern one again in October. So yeah, if you see us there, come and say hi and check us out on the Caravan Radio stand. You won't be able to miss it. I think we're getting a stand near where the eatery is. The big area where they have all the vans selling hot food and whatnot. I think we're going to be around there. Right, Herman news now. So there's an update on the accident. If you remember, we got shunted in the back a little while we were driving Herman. We had the bike rack, a brand new bike rack, which we got due to another incident when we was all parked up. Anyway, that was all replaced. Then this one, we got shunted in the back. We had some minor damage to the bike rack, no damage to Herman or the tow bar. The insurance company gave us the money, which is fine, and they're taking it through and doing all their thing to get it back through from the third party. Now this bike rack, I got another one. I got a second-hand one, but it was missing a few bits, so I took them from the damaged one onto this new one. So we've now got a perfect bike rack. But I also have a damaged one, which I am actually going to repair. I've got the parts already, and I'm going to repair and make it good as new. It does still work. It worked when we had the accident, so it's not as if it's broken or anything. It's just a few cracked lenses, and of course now missing parts which I've taken off. So I'm having to replace them. It's got new locks and barrels and whatever. So that is all brilliant. I'm going to make a video of that, and then I'm going to sell it, hopefully with some profit. Now the table, there's a table normally here which I lean on. That is looking a bit shabby, so I am refurbishing it right now. Rather than just sand it back, varnish it, I am going to turn it into a map table. It's going to be covered in a map. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm going to be doing that this week. So yeah, of course there's going to be a video for it. Now this window, which doesn't actually exist, this is a hole with some polythene and a bit of tarp there, which is why it's blue. It's a blue tarp. This window, if you remember, when we went to Germany, I noticed there was a huge crack in it. It was about that long, this crack. I also noticed that it was delaminating all the way around, and now I've taken it off. It's very easy to it's just delaminated all the way around because it's in two parts. It's just coming apart. So I've sent that off. That should be arriving at the location today, and then it's going to take them about 2 weeks to do it and then send it back to me. So probably 2-3 weeks. And in the meantime, I've chosen the wrong time to remove this window, because first of all, this tape here, this is Gorilla Tape, doesn't stick to this material. So I don't know, I still don't know how it's staying up there, but it has actually stuck. And also, we've just had the worst weather in Britain so far. It's been very windy, and just been chucking it down all the time. Not the best time to remove a window and put some non-sticky tape on it. Of course, I'm doing a video, and that's going to be out. Well, that'll be out when I get the window, get the window back and put it in. Fitting the window is going to be a piece. You know, it's going to be very easy, which I am really looking forward to, because this is worrying me. The wind, and I'm not talking about Zoe, the wind is worrying me, because if it's not that sticky, and it's actually sticking, but when I put it on there, yeah. Anyway, you'll have to see the video, and I'll show you in the video actually. Anyway, let's move on to HermanFest now. Now HermanFest, we have got it planned for June this year. In the New Forest again. We've gone back to the New Forest, and this time, like last year, although some of you probably don't realise, but last year we rather than it making, having lots of people there, we've made it smaller, because I discovered I wasn't enjoying it so much as having it as a small group. I wasn't socialising and meeting everybody, and I felt people come to see us and I wasn't seeing them. Do you see what I mean? I can't really explain myself. But anyway, we're having the group smaller, so we've got limited space. We've got about 20 people coming at the moment, and if you want to join us, then I'll leave an email address in this video's video description. So if you want to come along, I'm not going to publish the details, but I will email you the details. So if you want to come along, you've got to make a bit of effort and actually find the email address and email me. So that's it. You're all caught up now. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. I am worried about this, I keep coming back. After we had a big wind, like now, I come back and make sure this is still stuck to the outside of the wall. So far, so good.